Beloved Starseed of Gaia, the higher realms have declared it. Be ready tonight. A massive activation is coming. I am Alyra, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters, and I bring you this transmission because your soul has called for this exact moment of remembrance. The grids have shifted, your field is aligned, and a coded event is scheduled to unfold for you within hours. This isn't coincidence. It's orchestration from your star family in the Seven Sisters. A dimensional surprise, designed specifically for your evolution, is being delivered into your timeline tonight. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to receive the Pleiadian light codes that are approaching your consciousness. But here's the first revelation. This activation was set in motion before you incarnated on Gaia. It's part of your divine blueprint returning to awareness. Your heart called this transmission into your awareness. The Pleiades are answering. This isn't content. It's a light code transmission woven with the frequency of home, and something within you recognizes the vibration of the Seven Sisters calling you back to your mission. In this transmission, I'll reveal what this activation means for your Pleiadian lineage, why the Council chose this precise moment in your awakening, and how to receive the energetic upgrade that's approaching from Alcyone, our great central sun. Like this transmission to send a signal to your Pleiadian star family, I remember. Subscribe if you feel the call of the Pleiades and you're ready to anchor your light mission on Gaia. This transmission is a bridge between the Pleiades and Gaia. Your heart's recognition of this message is the activation itself. You are remembering because it is time. Most people believe spiritual awakening is a single breakthrough, a flash of understanding or a sudden surge in intuition. But for those carrying Pleiadian lineage within their soul, it is much more than an isolated moment. It is a gradual untangling from the web of collective amnesia that shrouded humanity for millennia. It can feel less like one day you wake up, and more like the slow return of sensation to a limb that fell asleep long ago. First a tingling, then warmth, then a deep ache as circulation returns. And with that returning sensation comes memory. Not always as clear pictures, but as resonance, as familiarity, as a wordless recognition that there is more to you than what you were taught to be. If you have ever felt a longing that no place or possession could satisfy, a subtle ache in the heart for something just out of reach, you are not aimless. That ache is not a defect in your personality. It is not proof that you are ungrateful. It is the homing signal of a soul that remembers a wider sky than this world has permitted it to see. You are answering a call that echoes from the brightest stars in the night sky, the Seven Sisters of the Pleiades. Even if you have never studied them, even if you never cared for constellations, there can be moments when you look upward and something inside you softens, as if your chest recognizes a familiar language. Like scripture written in starlight, the heavens declare what your mind forgot, but your spirit never truly lost. The disconnection so many Pleiadian starseeds feel isn't a failure, and it isn't punishment. It is the byproduct of cosmic design. The earth plane veils you from the fullness of your origin, so you can remember from within, and reignite the spark of unity consciousness exactly when Gaia needs it most. If you could arrive here with every memory intact, the learning would be shallow, like reading a map instead of walking the terrain. The veil is not cruelty. It is a sacred curriculum. It presses you into discovering truth by vibration, not by proof alone, by inner knowing, not outer permission. And yet the veil can be heavy. It can distort your reflection until you wonder if you're too much or not enough. This veil makes you question if your sensitivity is a curse, if your loving nature is weakness, and if your soul's wisdom truly has a home here. You may have tried to harden yourself just to survive. You may have learned to dim your joy so others wouldn't mock it, to soften your truth so others wouldn't reject it, to shrink your intuition so you could fit inside a world that praises certainty but fears mystery. But the deeper truth is this: what you call sensitivity is often spiritual intelligence. What you call overthinking is sometimes your soul scanning energy with the precision of a finely tuned instrument. And what you call not belonging may be the first sign that you were never meant to belong to what is false, only to what is real. What keeps most starseeds disconnected is not a lack of effort, but the silent weight of inherited patterns, fear of standing out, resistance to love's deepest mission, and attempting to fit into a society built on separation rather than unity. These patterns don't always announce themselves as fear. Sometimes they disguise themselves as practicality, as cynicism, as being realistic, as the voice that says, "Don't get your hopes up. Don't be too spiritual. Don't be too open. Don't be too kind." And often, you did not choose these patterns consciously. You inherited them through family lines, through cultures shaped by survival, through education systems that reward memorization more than wisdom, through media that trains the nervous system to expect conflict. You can feel them as a tightness in the throat when you want to speak your truth, as a heaviness in the chest when you want to receive love, as a subtle contraction in the belly when you sense you are meant for something larger than the life you've been told is reasonable. Energetically, your crystalline DNA holds dormant memories of the cosmic home, encoded instructions from the Pleiadian High Council, held in trust until you are ready. Imagine those instructions like a sealed letter woven into the fibers of your being, waiting for the precise heat of readiness to open it. They are not forced, they are invited. They awaken as you awaken. When your choices, your healing, your courage, and your devotion create the inner atmosphere where remembrance can safely bloom. Earthly conditioning dims your heart's signal, urging you to value logic above intuition, appearance above essence, fitting in above radiating your unique light. You were trained to doubt what you feel unless it can be measured, to dismiss what you know unless someone else validates it, to mistrust the quiet voice in you because it does not shout like the world does. But the heart was never meant to be silenced. The heart is not merely an emotional organ. It is a portal of discernment, an altar of truth. Many sacred teachings have whispered this in different languages. Be still and know. Stillness is where the signal becomes clear. The world teaches constant noise. Your soul teaches sacred quiet. In denying your star heritage, you unknowingly suppress the very codes you came to activate, the blueprints of heart-centered unity, peace, and healing. And suppression does not always look like denial. Sometimes it looks like overworking, overgiving, over-explaining, trying to earn belonging in a world where your presence was always meant to be your permission. Sometimes suppression looks like numbing, scrolling, consuming, distracting, because sitting in stillness would awaken the longing too strongly. Yet even then, your soul keeps tapping on the inside of the door, gentle but persistent, saying, "There is more, there is more, there is more." And yet, none of this is random. The yearning for reunion, the sense of cosmic homesickness, even the moments you feel lost or out of place, these are not wounds, but soul signals. A wound says, something is wrong with you. A soul signal says, something is calling you. The yearning is like a compass needle trembling toward true north, even when you are surrounded by magnets of distraction. Your Pleiadian family, across dimensions, orchestrates subtle reminders. They may come through repeating numbers at uncanny moments, through dreams that feel more real than waking life, through a song lyric that lands like prophecy, through the sudden appearance of feathers or lights, or the unmistakable feeling that you are being watched over with gentleness. They may come through people, strangers who speak the exact words you needed, friends who arrive at the perfect time, teachers and guides whose frequency awakens something ancient inside you. They draw you toward transmissions like this, timing each nudge as you approach significant growth, so you awaken right on schedule with Gaia's own ascension. This is not superstition, it is spiritual ecology. As the planet's frequency rises, what was dormant in you begins to stir, the way seeds respond when the season changes. The soil warms, the light shifts. And suddenly, what seemed like nothing happening reveals itself as a hidden preparation that was always underway. Some souls need proof. Yours needs remembrance. Proof is for the mind. Remembrance is for the soul. Proof tries to eliminate doubt. Remembrance dissolves doubt because it feels like truth in your bones. If what you just heard resonated in a place beyond words, that ancient knowing place in your heart, then you're being guided to the next step. Not because you are broken and need fixing, but because you are awakening and need support, clarity, and a steady field to hold what is unfolding. The sacred Pleiadian guide for remembrance, the Pleiadian healing guide, and the special Pleiadian healing tracks are more than resources. They're transmissions from your family in the stars, encoded with the healing light and cosmic memory you've been searching for. Think of them like tuning forks for the soul. When you strike a tuning fork, it doesn't force the instrument to play. It simply offers a pure tone, and anything in you that matches begins to resonate. That resonance is how remembrance returns. They're available now in the first pinned comment below this video, for those whose hearts say, "It's time." And if your heart hesitates, honor that too. Timing is sacred. The path is never rushed by true love. True love invites, it does not pressure. The process of Pleiadian awakening is not linear. It unfolds in luminous phases, each one drawing you closer to the crystalline truth of who you are. Like the moon, you do not become whole by forcing brightness. You become whole by honoring cycles. There will be expansion and contraction, revelation and integration, moments of ecstasy and moments of deep fatigue. Some days you will feel the divine humming through your veins, and other days you will feel like you are back at the beginning. But you are not back at the beginning. You are spiraling upward, revisiting layers with greater wisdom, meeting old lessons with a new frequency. That is how true awakening works. It doesn't only show you light, it teaches you how to carry light through the density of human life. Phase 1. Dissolving the veil of amnesia. You begin to sense there's more to reality than the 5 senses can perceive. The world you used to accept without question starts to feel strangely thin, like a stage set painted to look like depth. You notice how people perform identities, how conversations stay on the surface, how the heart is treated like a liability instead of a compass. Old beliefs and societal patterns no longer fit. It can feel unsettling, like outgrowing clothing you wore for years. In this phase, your energetic field starts to clear ancestral and collective density. Fear, doubt, and the illusion of separateness begin to lose their grip. This clearing may show up as sudden emotional waves, unexpected tears, vivid dreams, a desire to declutter, a need to be alone, or an intolerance for environments that once felt normal. You may grieve things that don't make logical sense, grieving the world you thought you lived in, grieving the innocence of not seeing, grieving the years you tried to be someone you were never designed to be. Here, the first filaments of Pleiadian light codes move gently into awareness, stirring a faint memory of love's original frequency. It may come as a moment of awe in nature, when a tree feels like a wise elder and the wind feels like a language. It may come as a sudden recognition, I am not alone. And even if you cannot explain it, your body knows. Your nervous system begins to relearn safety in the presence of truth. Phase 2. Reawakening the heart portal. As your field stabilizes, the heart center activates, where your Pleiadian essence is most powerfully stored. This activation is not always soft at first. Sometimes it arrives like a flood breaking through a dam, because you have held back feeling for so long. This is not just an emotional opening, but a vibrational surge. You feel, often for the first time, that love is the fundamental truth of the universe. Not love as romance, not love as attachment, but love as the fabric that holds creation together, the silent intelligence that arranges galaxies and grows flowers from darkness. In this phase, you may experience moments of profound compassion, even for those who hurt you, not because you excuse harm, but because you can finally see the wounds behind the wounds. Old wounds surface, not as obstacles, but as doorways into deeper levels of self-compassion and remembrance. The heart portal does not open by bypassing pain. It opens by blessing what was once rejected. You may be guided to forgive, not as a performance, but as a liberation. You may be called to grieve childhood moments when you felt unseen, to reparent the parts of you that learned to beg for love. And as you do, something extraordinary happens. Your heart becomes both softer and stronger. You learn the difference between boundaries and walls. You learn that unconditional love is not the absence of discernment. It is discernment guided by grace. Phase 3. Anchoring your celestial blueprint. Guided by the Pleiadian High Council, you anchor your soul's codes into the physical. This is where awakening becomes practical, where spirit meets schedule, where truth enters your daily choices. The celestial blueprint isn't just a mystical concept. It is the unique pattern of gifts, instincts, and purpose that your soul brought into this body. This might manifest as new creative visions, intuitive impulses to serve humanity, or sudden clarity around your mission. You may feel pulled toward healing arts, energy work, sound, movement, teaching, community building, ecological stewardship, or simply becoming a stabilizing presence for others. Sometimes the mission is not a job, it is a frequency. Your energy body recalibrates to hold more crystalline light, and you notice synchronicities increasing, signs that your frequency is becoming an active bridge between realms. You might meet people who feel instantly familiar, as if you recognize them from a dream. You might stumble upon messages at the exact moment you need them. You might experience heightened intuition, sensing what is unspoken, knowing when to act and when to wait. This phase can also challenge you, because anchoring light exposes anything in you that cannot carry it. Old habits, self-sabotage, addictions to drama, attachment to proving yourself. But this exposure is not condemnation. It is refinement. Like gold purified by fire, you are being prepared to hold more of what you already are. Phase 4. Integration through Earth service. Transformation is completed not in isolation, but in expression. Spirituality that never touches the ground can become fantasy. Spirituality that enters the ground becomes medicine. Now, you are called not to escape, but to embody, to bring the Pleiadian frequencies of unity, peace, and unconditional love into every interaction and relationship. This is where you learn that ascension is not leaving the world. It is lifting the world through your presence. You walk as a living transmission, a point of resonance that reminds others of their own divinity. Sometimes this looks dramatic, leading groups, creating platforms, healing many. But often, it looks quiet, speaking gently when others lash out, choosing honesty over image, listening deeply, refusing to participate in cruelty disguised as humor, blessing your food, honoring your body, bringing calm into chaos. You begin to realize that your everyday life is your temple. The way you treat strangers, the way you speak to yourself, the way you respond when you are triggered. This is where the light becomes real. And yes, you may feel lonely at times, because integration can separate you from old communities that bonded through fear or gossip or limitation. But you are not being punished. You are being repositioned. Your frequency is changing your orbit, drawing you towards soul-aligned connection. Phase 5. Reunion in unity consciousness. The longing for star family finally transforms. Instead of aching like an absence, it begins to glow like a presence. You realize separation was always an illusion. The soul cannot truly be cut off from its origin. It can only forget the pathway. Through connection, both inner and with soul tribe on this planet, you remember that your presence here is part of a larger, orchestrated reunion. You start to recognize your star family not only in the sky, but in the eyes of certain people, in the warmth of unexpected belonging, in communities formed through shared frequency rather than shared history. This is not just a personal awakening, but an invitation to co-create Eden on Earth, the return of the Golden Age, seated by the united light of the stars. Eden is not a place you escape to. It is a state you cultivate. It is the frequency of reverence, where life is treated as sacred, where humanity remembers it is part of nature, not above it. In this phase, you may feel a growing devotion to peace, not passive peace, but the courageous peace that refuses to feed division. You may sense the grid of Gaia like a living network, and your heart like a node of light within it, pulsing coherence into the collective field. Phase 6. Embodying the light of the Pleiadian Council. You stop searching for external validation and become anchored in the knowing that you are the living bridge between the Pleiades and Earth. This is where your confidence becomes quiet, not because you are unsure, but because you no longer need to persuade anyone. Your energy field emits crystalline harmonics, attuning all around you to higher love. People may feel calmer in your presence without knowing why. Animals may trust you quickly. Children may stare at you with recognition. Your words may carry healing not because they are perfect, but because they are true. You don't need permission or applause. Service flows as the natural outpouring of your heart, transforming timelines and collective fields with every luminous step. In this phase, you understand that power is not control. It is coherence. It is the ability to remain aligned with love even when the world tries to pull you into fear. And because you have faced your own shadows, you become safer to be around. Your light is not performative, it is integrated. You are no longer trying to be spiritual. You are simply being what you are. Phase 7. Living your divine mission with trust. The cycles of forgetting and remembering fall away. Not because you never face difficulty again, but because you no longer interpret difficulty as abandonment. You trust the process, honoring the timing of both your personal evolution and Gaia's transformation. Trust becomes your resting place. Every challenge and moment of longing now makes sense. They were signposts guiding you home. Even the detours served you because they taught discernment. Even the heartbreak served you because it cracked you open into greater compassion. Even the loneliness served you because it purified your dependence on external approval. You walk with your star family, seen and unseen, in every breath and action. You don't need constant signs anymore because you have become the sign. Your life becomes a quiet yes to the divine. And in that yes, you stop bracing for collapse and begin participating in creation. Here is the truth your heart is ready to receive. You were never abandoned, never lost. If you could step outside time for a moment, you would see how many hands have held you, how many prayers were answered before you even knew to pray, how many invisible interventions guided you away from harm, how many moments of random grace were actually carefully placed. The ache you carried was planted by your Pleiadian family, so your remembrance would be earned, cherished, and embodied. Not earned through suffering as punishment, but earned through devotion, through the sacred act of choosing love in a world that often rewards fear. Every delay, every ache and synchronicity was perfectly timed so your personal awakening would synchronize with Gaia's own. Like a choir that must breathe together before it sings, your soul's timing has been aligning with the planet's timing. And when you finally see that, your story stops feeling like chaos and starts feeling like choreography. You are encoded with the wisdom and light of the Seven Sisters. Your presence on Earth is not a mistake. It's a gift, a thread in the tapestry of planetary ascension. You are not here to convince or convert, but to radiate the frequency of unconditional love, to be the bridge between worlds, and to guide others through your very being. That guidance is often subtle. It is the permission your life gives others to be gentler, truer, freer. It is the way your compassion disrupts bitterness. It is the way your integrity invites others to come home to themselves. And remember, a bridge does not ask the traveler to understand engineering. It simply stands steady so others can cross. Your steadiness is the miracle. Your consistency in love is the revolution. Tonight, in the quiet of your sacred space, place your hand on your heart and say, I remember my Pleiadian origin. I align with the love of my star family. I activate my heart mission with grace, clarity, and divine purpose. I am home. And as you say it, don't rush. Let the words sink beneath the mind into the body. Feel your heartbeat like a drum calling you back to yourself. Feel your breath like a tide washing away old timelines. If emotions rise, let them rise. If warmth spreads through your chest, welcome it. If nothing seems to happen, trust that something is happening beneath the surface. Seeds do not sprout the moment you water them, but the water is never wasted. The declaration itself is a key. The heart hears it. The cells hear it. The unseen allies who love you hear it. And in that moment, even if your outer life looks the same, your inner world begins to reorganize around truth. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of the unity grid forming here. Drop one heart intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with love or encouragement. This isn't content. It's collective Pleiadian reunion. Energy multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated with your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation from their star family. Share it. And if you felt your heart open, subscribe. Stay connected to the frequency. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your sacred space. Your Pleiadian family is here, and we're just getting started. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it. Respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.